the caretaker poured boiling water on his boss's leg, not out of cruelty, but just to test if the man really had no feeling left. Later, distracted by the secretary, he accidentally shoved food straight into his boss's eye. When giving him a massage, he even added a motor to the wheelchair so they could race through the streets of Paris. This guy had just gotten out of prison. He looked reckless, unreliable, like the last person you'd hire. But billionaire Philippe didn't fire him. Instead, he paid him even more. Because deep down, they were both outcasts, both abandoned by life. And their 10-year friendship started from this true story. A paragliding accident had left Philippe completely paralyzed. He needed a caretaker for his daily life. The huge salary drew in countless candidates, well-educated, polite, full of talk about morality and compassion for the disabled. But that's exactly what Philippe hated. Then Driss walked in. No pleasantries, no fake sympathy. He slapped his papers on the desk and said, "I don't know a thing about caregiving. I just want you to reject me so I can collect unemployment." It was blunt, even rude, but it made Philippe laugh for the first time in ages. He didn't reject Driss. He told him to come back tomorrow. Driss came from a broken neighborhood where crime was survival and hope was scarce. Philippe came from high society, a world of elegance and empty rules. One needed a real friend. The other just needed a reason to keep going. Their collision sparked something magical. At first, Driss didn't care. During training, while the instructor explained medical terms, he just dozed off. But unlike the others, he never pitied Philippe, never treated him like a burden. He saw him as a man, someone who could ride shotgun in a sports car, engine roaring, wind in his face. Slowly, his humor and boldness won everyone over. Felipe loved art, staring at a painting for an hour straight. Driss couldn't understand. How can a splash of red paint sell for 40 grand? If that's art, I can do it too, and I'll add a little blue. Ridiculous? Maybe. But Philippe admired his honesty, because Driss never saw him as the paralyzed billionaire. He simply saw him as Philippe. Their friendship grew stronger. Snowball fights, wild drives, endless jokes. They weren't boss and employee anymore. They were family. But illness still haunted Philippe. One night, medication side effects nearly suffocated him. Driss rushed in, stayed up all night by his side, pushing his wheelchair through the empty Paris streets until the cold air finally calmed him down. In that silence, Philippe confessed his deepest pain. The accident had not only taken his body, but also the woman he loved. Loneliness had made him think of ending it all. Only the letters from a mysterious pen pal kept him alive. Driss couldn't accept a romance only on paper, so he dialed the number himself. From that first phone call, Philippe felt young again. Meanwhile, Driss began to change too. He stopped running from responsibility, helped his younger brother find work, and started to carve out a better life. But duty to his family meant he couldn't stay forever. Before leaving, he returned the Fabergé egg he had stolen. It wasn't about money. It was his way of saying goodbye and thank you. Philippe tried new caretakers, but none could replace Driss. Until one night, his illness struck again, and the only person he wanted by his side was the man who had once been a thief. When Driss returned, Philippe's eyes lit up. They raced cars again, pranked the police, laughed like two teenagers. For the first time in years, Philippe felt alive. By the sea, Driss shaved his beard, dressed him in a sharp suit, and pushed him into a restaurant to finally meet his pen pal face to face. It was the start of a new chapter. Years passed. Driss became a business leader, married, had 3 kids. Philippe moved to Morocco, remarried, and had 2 daughters. They didn't need to see each other every day, because true friendship never fades. This story shows us something simple. Real connection isn't about pity. It's not about charity. It's about equality, trust, and the kind of bond that makes life worth living. Philippe and Driss, 2 men from worlds apart, who gave each other the courage to keep moving forward.